Hey guys, welcome back to another installment of me reading through the poems in the talent contest from the memoirs of Billy Shears. And today we're going to look at a very special poem, a poem that is on page 627, and it is called Sonnet 498. She was the source of all that life could bring. Each day her glory woke the morning rays. Her voice was first of all the birds to sing. It was her calling to ignite the days. Photography and cooking, her known arts. She was the cook and the artist of the house. An advocate for every beating heart. She would defend each child and each mouse. But now her face and song are not as clear. Her image and her voice are in a haze. Though still she whispers guidance in my ear, I don't see her around the house as much these days. The more delight we find in love and song, the more we're left to miss them when they're gone. And the footnote below this poem says Sonnet 498 was written in April of 1998 for Linda, who passed away on the 17th of April, 1998. At the time, William did not intend to put music to it, and although he would love to hear it sung, he doubted that it would work. Well, instead, you can hear it read aloud. Real quickly, I just wanted to give note to the numerology of the page. 627 reduces down to the number 6, the union of male and female. And the whisper messages, there are 2 on this page. On the left of the page, it says, add magic to your cooking with special herbs, spices, love, and blessings. Linda did a series in McCartney's Ubu Jubu called The Cook of the House, and it was great. I really enjoyed Ubu Jubu. It was always fun to listen to, and her little segments were a lot of fun to listen to. So the whisper message at the bottom of the page says that the term sonnet is derived from the Italian word sonetto, which means little song. And so just to give a little bit of context to this short and sweet and very thoughtful poem, I just wanted to go through a couple of passages that William wrote about in the memoirs in the chapter called The Lovely Linda. And this is one of my favorite chapters in the whole book for many different reasons. But it does kind of give us an insight into his true feelings towards her. And so I just wanted to look at a passage on page 535. And so he's talking about them being close together. And it starts, that closeness was superb, but finally her passing left a huge hole in my life and the lives of our children. That painful lesson is what I had in mind when I wrote Sonnet 498. Named for the month she passed. Its own concluding couplet, the more delight we find in love and song, the more we're left to miss them when they're gone, sums up how I feel about her. The sorrow grew from joy. And there are two whisper messages on this page. On the left of the page, it says, part of growing up is making sure your sense of reality isn't entirely grounded in your own mind. That's a quote from David Leviathan. And then at the bottom, it's a quote from Maybe I'm a Maze, the song. And it goes, maybe I'm a man, maybe you're the only woman who can ever help me. Baby, won't you help me understand? Great song, beautiful song. Especially when you know, when you learn about how deep their love was for each other. Yeah, it wasn't a perfect marriage, but that doesn't mean that they didn't love each other. So, just turning the page on page 537, just wanted to take a look at this passage. It says, children in third world poverty were also serious ongoing concerns for Linda. She acted as all of us should. She loved and lived the Carpenter's lyrics. Quote, bless the beasts and the children, for in this world they have no voice. They have no choice. Unquote. She was their voice. Going horseback riding was always one of her favorite personal pleasures, helping her to feel more at one with the animal kingdom. It was about the caring cooperative union required. I gave her this visualization as she began to cross over. You're up on your beautiful Appaloosa stallion. Her eyes told me she understood, and I said, it's a fine spring day, and we're riding through the woods. I gave her the loveliest final scene that I could imagine. I said, the bluebells are all out. Then ending just before she passed on, I added, the sky is clear and blue. Her spirit spoke to mine in the brief moment that followed. Our communication was only telepathic and has been ever since. Wow. Wow, wow. There is one whisper message on this page, on the left of the page, and it says, the way that we treat our fellow animals reveals a lot about our true character. And I totally agree with that 100%. And so the last little passage that I wanted to look at in this chapter was on page 541. And it says, Linda's slow transition from my lover to a friend has been a difficult one. That is why, in a song, I told Linda to take her own advice. Still, it is an easier adjustment for me than for her. She can no longer, at the stage she is in now, she can have no lover at the stage that she is in now. We kind of hope to be lovers again, ultimately, but not any time soon. I do not want to forget her. That will not happen. All I could hold in my mind were thoughts of Linda. When I hear the music we created, it drives me wild. I cannot let go. Others can play her familiar rhythms, but in different styles. That just amplifies her absence, making it worse. And then at the bottom of this page, she was not only kind and loving, but was also a courageous, pioneering woman who readily took a stand for those less ready to stand for themselves. She showed the way, although she, our brightest light, has left. She has left us a shining inspiration. Thank you, my lovely Linda. I will love you forever. And I think it's so nice that this message ends on a page where the numerology reduces down to the number 10. So it's like closure, completeness. And there is one little whisper message. It is la 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 lovely Linda. Okay, so yeah, that is sonnet 498, a very special poem that Billy wrote. Um, I don't know. I think sonnets are better off being spoken. I can see why he didn't think it would match music very well, but I mean, who knows? It could still, if somebody out there wants to give it a go or has given it a go. Yeah, Linda, as I have, determined and validated with my tarot cards, even was a wonderful person. She loved unconditionally. She cared about others, even to her own detriment sometimes. It was just a beautiful human being. And Billy even says that, without her in his life, he wouldn't have been as compassionate and understanding, as far as he says, if he hadn't met Linda and hadn't had her love and support in his life. So I just wanted to highlight that. I think that's a beautiful poem, and it coincides with one of my favorite chapters in the book. So there you go. It is Sonnet 498 about the lovely Linda McCartney. Rest in peace. So until next time, guys, I hope you join me for the next installment. Otherwise, I will see you then. Take care. Bye.